And I wonder how that works, like whether it was just that, the kind of people, that being outside of town kind of...
Anyone got a smoke?
Hello. We're back. Still playing The Outer Worlds Peril on Gorgon. We just talked to Mini Wilhelmina Ambrose. Had to think a moment there what the name expanded to again. Does that mean Minnie Mouse is actually named Wilhelmina? You teleported close. Hey, personal distance. Anyway, yeah, so should we talk to her? And we found out more about her mother. But sadly, apart from telling her that we know what horrible thing happened to her father, we don't really know anything. We couldn't really get her to react to what we found out, why her mother didn't want her to work at Spacer's Choice and on Gorgon. So, but I guess we'll go back there now. Had something in my eye there. No, I had nothing in my eye. Oh.
We are now in orbit above Gorgon.
I just realized, the one big thing in the base game that we still haven't learned anything about is, at some point in the base game, pretty late on, we found out that that apparently we've lost contact to Earth. So a couple of big military ships were apparently on their way back to Earth.
This ain't a proper serial adventure without a narrator. How about this? Our intrepid heroes stepped foot on Gorgon, and in the distance, a drinking establishment beckoned.
Nah. Sorry, Felix, but nah. Oh. Boing. Anyway. So yeah, and we never found out what actually happened. Can we fast travel? Yeah.
Guess we're gonna have to listen to this Jasper guy one last time.
Lowe seems like the kind of guy who needs to get the last word in.
Oh no. It'll be interesting to see what his password phrase is. If it's attack these intruders or something like that. And then we'll be in trouble. Anyway. Yeah, we still don't know what happened with Earth. And what happened with these ships. Is Earth better off or worse by now? That's also a question, yeah. If Earth is like here, or if Earth is actually a good place, and it's just out here in Hyperion, where, people are being subjugated as much. I mean, if you remember the opening of the game, there were like a bunch of like flyers and things saying, hey, come to Hyperion, and work off your trip and things like that. And that all seemed like basically Earth was already corporate, at least at the point that the player character left on the Hope. So my guess would be you know, that it's not that different. Alright, here goes nothing.
This facility is currently experiencing a heightened security event. Accessing this facility requires voice-modulated passphrase. Please speak the passphrase.
Sing, it's not the best choice, it's space's choice. You know what? Let's try that.
Error. Passphrase not recognized. Please speak the passphrase.
We attest to the zest with our hand on our chest. Be impressed as our guest by what we've finessed. You are blessed to ingest what we thoroughly test. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice.
Passphrase accepted. Access granted. Welcome, Dr. Jasper Lowe.
Alright. That was a pretty nice tongue twister. Oh, transition to compound harvesting, enrichment, and molecularization lab. It's not actually a chem lab, it's a CHEM lab. Oh my god, I never realized that before. I guess it's a backronym or something. They wanted it to read chem lab, but you know. It's I've seen lots of like university projects that had names like that. You know, where they like wanted it to spell out, I don't know, some fun word.
So this is where Spacer's Choice's top lab coats made their wonder drug? Yep, looks like a mess.
Let's sell some junk. The passphrase sounded like it should have been a rap song. Yeah. Cigarette lighters, all stuff we don't really need. Welcome, Huang Si. Lots of people who were never logged out, apparently. Urgent notification. This urgent notification brought to you by the Space's Choice Automated Subversive Behavior Notification System. Please be informed that one or more of the following high-priority conditions are likely to be active in your office or workplace. Escape primals, unlawful discussion of subversive cultural material, extended and unauthorized breaks. Please notify your supervisor immediately. If you are the designated supervisor of this workplace, this message constitutes your official notification. This is an automated response. Please do not respond directly to this message. This is like such a good example of, you know, it's like companies who send you a letter like every month, and it's just the same, you know, like leaflet with like, these are our products. And then 1 month they include a letter that says, I don't know, we couldn't withdraw from your account and it will be locked or whatever. And then you miss it because you go, oh, it's just the spam, you know? It's kind of like that. You know, it's just like, well, it's probably the usual extended and unauthorized breaks. But no, it's primals, damn it! Corrective measures. Jasper, I've been taking your messages at my terminal like you asked. This one's from management, though. Please take a look at this. I could get in trouble for deleting it. Corrective. Dr. Lowe, I speak for everyone at the OCI when I express my disappointment in your work ethic. The quality of Compound X harvested and enriched at your laboratory falls well below Space's Choice standards. It is my professional opinion that the quality of one's work reflects the quality of one's spirit. Lazy workers deliver lazy work. Round up your researchers. Fire 1 in 10. I expect you and your remaining researchers to deliver the next batch of chemicals to HIA under an accelerated timetable. These measures may seem punitive, even harsh. They are. I'm instilling discipline in your team. One day, I'd like to imagine you thank me. Yeah, we've seen how that works. Work fortifies the spirit. You know, that's a bad phrase to use. Jasper, I know you told me not to bother you when you're working, but I'm running out of options. I understand you're busy, so I've boiled down my list of concerns into simple yes, no questions. Just respond with Y or N. Did you read Goodfellow's letter? Am I on the chopping block? Has security talked to you about some type of corporate spy in our ranks? Is there a spy? Did you know Padilla's heart gave out after a 72-hour shift? Are you attending the wake? I've got staff coming to the receptionist desk looking for answers. What am I supposed to tell them? It's not the best choice. It's the only choice we've got. Are you going to respond? N. Respect. He's just not. Chief, I found a key in a locker by the lavatories. The key belongs to Dr. Lowe. Please retrieve the key and return it to him. I'd do it myself, but Dr. Lowe can be pretty paranoid. If I show up at his door with a key in hand, he'll assume I stole it in order to fabricate a reason to check up on it. Okay, so where is the key? I've got the key. I've got the secret. Well, I guess that's all we'll find in this front room.
You people never seem to take the hint. What is it about leave that eludes that tiny little mind of yours? I've switched on the laboratory's security system. I trust the mechanicals will sort you out. Good luck.
So...
And here I was, hoping we'd have the place to ourselves. That's gotta be our pal from the OCI, right? I'm starting to wonder what they're hiding. Nice and easy.
Okay, I'm still wondering what the over-under is on, is this Olivia Ambrose with a voice changer? Or maybe... I mean, it could be that they want us to think it, and it's actually her father. You know? So here's an elevator. Oh, we can call it up even. So that's one thing we can do. Okay, that doesn't have enough range. Oh god. It's only a scrap mechanical, I think. Whoops, wrong button. Scrap mechanic, yeah, I think it's aggressive. Where did, oh yeah. Alright, got you. Whoops.
That was fun!
Why would you find that fun? Jeez, Felix, what's wrong with you? Oh. Yeah. Maybe we can wait until you turn towards us and then shoot your weak spot. Yeah.
Don't mess with us.
Yes. That worked out. Why am I carrying all these flywheels with me? Oh, and I'm already on notice about carrying too much stuff. Wait, let's see, wasn't there a crate or something somewhere? Nope. Maybe up there? I guess I can just go here. Where is this junk? Flywheel. Wait. We had a vendor here. Alright, let's... Oh, not buy. Sell weapons. Name, value, weight. Value to weight ratio. Sell. So I guess the things at the bottom are the least useful things. Okay. So let's just sell those. Oops. Revolver. All right. All right. Now let's go back and see where we want to go. Where could we go here? Huh. Okay, somewhere down there definitely seems like some interesting stuff. Show us your weak spot, please. Mr. Guardian of the Galaxy. Oh, the weak spot is in front. Whoops.
Missed it. That does it. Time
Okay.
for a drink?
Got it. Lots of dead marauders. Alright. Do we have a map here? Yes, we do. And there's apparently an entire cave that will lead us over there. Okay. So let's first see. Okay. No way through down here, only up there. Oh, and we can... Oh, we didn't go there yet. Okay, let's be a little methodical here.
Dr. Lowe and his people didn't just work here. They lived here. This lab must have been their whole life.
Anyone have an idea what... oh, Jasper's storage key. Okay. That's the one that was mentioned before, I think. So that looks promising. Mechanical sentry.
How the devil do I use this thing? Is it what? Oh, the barrel's turning. All right. I feel like an absolute idiot barking into this horn. I shouldn't have let Lucien talk me into this. What use do I have with audible notes? Posterity my ass. Ah, great fucking law. What's it doing now? Jasper! Jasper, it's... How do I turn it off? It won't...
Just press the button.
The what?
Oh, for law's sake, the button, Ollie.
Accursed thing.
It's like programming a VCR, I take it. That scientist. On the loo with a bottle of vodka. It's vodka. A vodka is life. Or something like that. Aw. Why doesn't this vending machine work? Or rather, why do the others work? I still wonder, like, of course, as a game mechanic, you know, you need them to kind of empty out your inventory. But, it's still... okay. Oh, no, I bought one. No, 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 no. Intimidate, tech skills, persuade. No, tech skills again. Persuade. +5, yeah. Laboratory, that's tech skills again. Tech skills +5, ranged weapon skills. Okay, so we don't really need this one because the other one takes mods. Stealth skills with mods, determination, dialogue skills. I think we'll throw this pressurized injection suit away. It just makes everything else -1. The vending machines are probably maintained by auto mechanicals. I guess if they drop in, fix something, go back out again, that could work, yeah. Alright, I think we've sold everything we can here. Oh wait, do I have junk to sell? Then of course sell junk. Okay, now we're done. 92 of 100. We're not good enough to hack this or lockpick this yet. Alright. Don't walk into the wall. Turn around for a second. Wait, that's where we just came from. That's the upstairs area. Okay. I totally knew that. I was just testing if you were paying attention. Okay, and so limbo time. I'm gonna limbo some more. Limbo some more. Oh, there's another guardian. Sir, are you one of those guardians of the galaxy that are being talked about so much? Oh, I probably can get to you down here. Yes. Oh. 2 sentries, but maybe if I sneak here, maybe this terminal will let me turn them off. Dear Sir and or Madam, this is an automated message triggered by the Space's Choice Contingency Management Program. I cannot speak. Please do not respond. Congratulations, abundance of raw material is now in effect. Due to a higher than projected volume of Compound X harvested in this laboratory, your production quotas have been raised by 200%. Please bear in mind that bi-weekly quota reviews are automatically generated and forwarded to Project Gorgon Administration and the Office of Creative Incubation. Any dereliction in production will be reflected in your review. So basically, if you're successful, they'll just raise the target until you can't meet it anymore. Experimental modes, memory retrieval, corruption detected in memory, physical damage, 1 remaining log available. Dunlop. Exposed compound X sample to N-ray concentrate for 30 seconds. Consulted research notes, notes incomplete and damaged. Exposed compound X to sample to N-ray concentrate for 60 seconds. Sample failed. Toxicity levels high. Disposed. Exposed compound X sample for attempt 90. Woke up, fell asleep at table. Sample failed. Overexposure to lab atmosphere. Toxicity levels high. Disposed. Researcher's addendum. Unplanned sabotage event destroyed any relevant research notes. Forced to rely on outdated notes. Expected time lost 6 to 16 months. Attempt to replicate research unsuccessful. Will try again after resting eyes for a minute.
Shh, easy now.
Alright. Don't know if there's anything else in there, but I guess we'll find out by shooting some auto mechanicals.
Nice hit! Nobody messes with you, boss! No good, boss! Try another weapon!
I got another fighting me.
Alright. At least knowing that they have this weak point right there in the front is quite useful. Oh, another recording.
The effects of Compound X are inescapable. The refined excrement of the xenocyte life form. It's a fine powder, very fine. It finds its way into absolutely everything. Even in the water now, and the air. It settles like a veil over all of Gorgon. The laboratory techs get the worst of it. We all appreciated the boost to mood and productivity at first, but we're at each other's throats in an instant now. I've had to break up 2 fistfights this week alone. This aggression must be inherent to the formula, to Compound X. How do I stop it?
Okay, so Gorgon contains something. And it's the excrement of some living thing here? Huh. fascinating. Oh, we can't actually destroy these. Interesting.
So much for the easy way.
Whoops. What? I jumped over it, I swear. Oh, okay, that's what exploded. Huh. Okay, I missed the mine. I wonder what we'll find here. Can we repair anything? Yes. So that's apparently where they repair them all. Okay. Do 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 Trina time. Tanaka's peacekeeper. Oh. Okay, I guess that's how we continue. It's weird how many people leave, like, basically money lying around or their wallets. Security office status. Administrator's note. All password protection has been disabled by order of Lawrence Goodfellow. Privacy is a privilege and must be earned. Huh. Lift access restrictions. Administrator's notice. Operating a security terminal is a privilege restricted to Space's Choice Site Safety Engineers. Any unauthorized personnel operating a security terminal will receive an immediate reprimand. Disable automechanical hostility protocol. Thank God we're good at hacking. Alright, automechanical status. Disabled. All password protection has been disabled. Messages. Dr. Lowe, I'm going to have to take the researcher's side on this one. Your absence during an emergency is conspicuous. I don't want to report you because I don't want corporate auditors scheduling interviews with the entire staff while they're trying to meet a deadline. The unplanned sabotage event already halted experimentation and development. We're trying to get our operations running again, and we could use all the help we can get. I'm already down one staff member. Saint-Germain's gone. You know why. You owe this team an explanation to any number of grievances. Your absence is the most urgent one, but I'll take an explanation as to why there are primals being held in the caverns near our waste disposal site. They're your primals, aren't they? Oh god, so they're actually in that cave. So good that I didn't take that shortcut around, but rather went down here the direct way. Mr. Tanaka, no, I can't explain the primals. Primals defy explanation. They are a miracle of evolutionary adaptation and a treasure trove of interesting genetic material. I'm not going to explain my alleged absence either. This is because I am not absent at all. My presence is implicit in the work of my researchers. The researchers still employed in this department are skilled and more than capable of repairing any damage done by the alleged saboteur. Please don't bother me again with trivial problems. You are the security chief. Stick to securing things, including but not limited to the safety of the lab and my privacy. Warm regards and pleasant felicitations, Dr. Jasper Lowe. Dr. Lowe, I've just finished filling my official report on the unplanned sabotage event. Unfortunately, filing a report on a sabotage event requires me to also include a list of captured, apprehended, and neutralized saboteurs, company policy. No list means I'm getting arrested for dereliction of duty and you're getting penalized for hiring me. Saboteurs is plural. I can't include Mr. Saint-Germain's name and be done with it. As a last resort, I have been forced to include the names of all former employees whose contracts were recently terminated in the decimation. These researchers are no longer part of Project Gorgon and will likely not survive without a job, so I may as well use their names to save our jobs. I filed my report last night and haven't been able to sleep since. This is to let you know that I will be filing for transfer at the end of the next cycle. Alright, that, yeah, is not really a nice way of doing things. I guess it's the Halcyon way of doing things. Okay, so here's an elevator. Or we could go down there. I guess we'll try to go down there. Stop making these loud noises. You're scaring me. Oh. Those are primals. Head chemist. Okay. Well, that would have been the elevator. Or the security office.
Processing.
You didn't see me? Yeah, okay, that's the elevator. Nothing more, sadly. Huh. How do I get past you? Ideally without expending a lot of ammo. Oh, and more importantly, past the combat drones.
So, this is where that uppity lab coat worked, huh?
It's like we're sneaking in there. Oh, this is where we lived. Damn it, they can hear us. Imagine, like, for a game that kind of felt real, you'd have to, you know, record every voice line.
You survived. You're remarkably intent on scuttling my every plan to end you. How inconsiderate. Especially after I've gone to so much effort to see Gorgon rest in peace. Why do you insist on waking it up?
But Project Gorgon's dead, right? It's shut down for good. There's no way anybody could get this place running again.
You know, the more they tell us to stop, the more I want to see what they're keeping us from.
Where were we? Yeah, so you'd have to record once just normal conversation, then some like out of breath or something for while you're running or whatever, then one for whispering when you're sneaking, And then maybe one, you know, shouting for situations where, you know, you're in a loud environment or something. And that's a lot of work. It's hard enough to get a fully voiced game. And I mean, this one is almost fully voiced. You don't have a voice for the player character. So if you then go, okay, we want to we want to allow selecting between, you know, 4 voices for the player character, you know, like deep, middle, high, or something like that. Then you know, you would suddenly go, okay, so now I have 4 states in which the character can be, where each sentence has to sound different, and then that times 4 voice actors, and that over the entire game. I wonder if they'll figure out a way, you know, like, you can kind of, like, if you look at, for example, the Max speech synthesis, it actually has a voice that whispers, and one that kind of does like a hoarse shouting. And so you could create synthetic voices that sound like they're whispering or shouting. And you can, what you can also do is you can record a person and then tell speech synthesis, use the same emphasis, speed, inflection of voice to say the same sentence, making it sound a lot more human. And, you know, allowing you to interpret it based on the content. And so if you did that, like, I wonder if that would lead to a halfway decent recording where you could just say, you know, like, maybe you have only 2 voice actors that, you know, speak something in their style, and then it gets mapped onto the synthetic voices that will then, you know, sound appropriate. But I think probably not, because it's kind of hard to, you know, like, it's actually, like, whispering and normal speaking might work. Because, like, a whisper compared to normal speech, it generally, you know, you only leave away the voice. I just speak like this, but apart from that, it's pretty much okay. I can speak normal. I mean, I could speak more pointedly, of course. But if I don't do that, I think it will work anyway. So, you know, you could probably generate a whisper. But, like, when someone's shouting, there are, like, more breaks and everything is more drawn out, you know, kind of like that. So I'm not sure if you can just synthetically modify someone's voice and it will still sound like shouting. Yeah, kind of audio deep fake, yeah. I'm wondering, like, how far are we from this? Can we one day have one voice actor sit down, play every actor in a computer game, and then, you know, repitch the voices and adapt them to surrounding circumstances and things like that, and it would sound real, or at least real enough for us? My guess is, you know, not quite, but even if we can, you know, half the number of recording sessions needed for a fully voiced game, that would already be an advantage. Admin functions. Override lockdown. Synthesis and Manufactory Center is currently locked. Okay. Override this lockdown. Incoming messages from Olivia Ambrose. Update security practices, high priority. Pursuant to last week's incident, new security practices are now in effect. All lab personnel must tidy their workstations at the end of their shift. Close and lock all drawers, safes, closets, vents, and lab doors before leaving for the day. All visitors must be accompanied. Furthermore, any laboratory tech accompanying a guest who has not received certification in either self-defense or hand-to-hand combat must also be accompanied by a member of the security team. All confidential information must remain as such. Do not discuss the nature of your work outside or inside the lab, except to warn peers of imminent danger, such as fire, chemical spill, or suspected corporate espionage. All laboratory techs are to isolate themselves until further notice. Any laboratory tech found fraternizing in groups of 2 or more, or found speaking with the same person more than once, will be remanded to Space's Choice's Human Resource Re-Education and Reallocation Department. Ooh, that's strict. Finally, unless you are actually physically sitting in an interview session pre-approved by me, do not speak to the fucking journalists. I was at a European film festival. They showed artsy films, Imagine, where every role was spoken and played by the same person. So many actors. Okay. Yeah, I guess that would be an option of doing something as well, yeah. I mean, I'm not... You know, like, the question is, I don't want to make voice actors unemployed, and they're doing... You know, like, every voice actor can bring, like, a different accent to the table that adds to, you know, just the variation caused by the voice pitch and things like that. I mean, instead of deep faking them. Okay. You mean was not played by the same person? Okay, anyway. both readings are actually good and funny. Imagine, you know, in 20 years someone goes, I just saw an old movie and they had like 50 actors and none of them was CGI. How irresponsible of them. They could have given each other germs. Subject AT concerns. Jasper, I dug into the volunteer data Marion sent over. You were right. The current formulation is resulting in alarming outcomes, even by Space's Choice standards. Priyantha and I performed a handful of autopsies on this week's deceased and made a few notable observations. In one case, that of a young man in his early 20s, we noted a degree of gray matter loss one would expect to see in a man of 70. His brain had also atrophied to a shocking extent, again as one might expect in a much older man. In another case, that of a woman in middle age, the subject was no longer able to achieve natural sleep. After 11 consecutive days of wakefulness, she was no longer able to distinguish her violent hallucinations from reality. Yet even as she spiraled, she demanded additional injections. I was sure our last tweak would reduce the incidence of violence among the volunteer population. We might attempt to further refine the compound through partitioning, though I'm doubtful that will be efficacious. Violence aside, I'm grown increasingly concerned by the habit-forming nature of the compound. What do you think? Monthly physicals. The materials we work with are dangerous and will result in permanent injury, disfigurement, or madness when handled for extended periods. Therefore, all laboratory personnel will now report to the project physician Dr. Priyantha LeBlanc for monthly physicals and psychiatric evaluations. I do this out of an abundance of caution. Schedule your first appointment immediately and notify me when you do. I have access to your medical records, so I will know when you shirk. Do not make me drag you to this office myself. I have access to your medical records. That's not good. One role's voice actor was done by the same actor instead of having voices and CGI separate. CGI separate. I'm not following.
Halcyon's got no shortage of creepy science labs, boss. But this place? There's something real twisted about this place.
I've seen some reckless operations, but here, it's like they were trying to get people killed.
You remember the guy who was running it, right?
You mean the idiot who got his new team pink-slipped? Fair point. Still, Spacer's Choice spent a fortune on this place. Filled it with the best and brightest lab coats they could find, and this is what they came up with?
They were pushed to do the impossible by people who weren't accountable.
That's the whole point of bureaucracy, isn't it?
I don't know if anybody's gonna take the fall for what happened here. It could be Miss Ambrose if she's not careful.
Let's get the journal before we jump to conclusions. Why is this so hard to explain? Maybe you should just start. Maybe I'm just getting tripped by some of the quote signs or something. Oh.
Night falls on Gorgon. Though I suppose it's always dark here in the void. The lab is empty, and I am at last alone. I'm preoccupied with thoughts of the single-celled xenocytes that make their home here on this rock. These primordial creatures persist despite the hostility of their surroundings. No, they require adversity to thrive. Perhaps that's why our bodies react to theirs. There is a harmony in us. The law didn't craft us for the void, yet we scrabble across its cold worlds, building, persisting, as the xenocytes do. We live. Against all odds, we live. But for how long?
Actor A plays and speaks role X. Actor B plays and speaks role Y. Actor C plays and speaks role Z, instead of getting one computer to do all of it. Yes. Alright, I don't think... Ah. Huh. It goes further down here. Do, 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 do. Uh-oh.
What is it with mad scientists and secret labs?
Uh-oh. Okay, there are primals down here. That's what they will say when what artsy cinema is in the future, when everything will be deep faked. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I should try. guess now we need to get ready.
Alright, here we go! Yeah! Now that was fun!
That worked surprisingly well. I was a bit scared there with when he started digging under that he would end up right underneath me. Oh, okay, and they broke out on the other side. So these xenocytes apparently are like one-celled organisms on this planet. We know that now. So that's basically the secret behind Adrenatime. Not Compound X, but, you know, basically bacteria or something. I don't see anything else here. This is the moment where I have the reflex to use to hold down V to scan around me, like in Assassin's Creed. But, you don't have that ability in this game. I guess that was it. Unless I missed something. There's another sentry. Are we still underground? Yes. Oh, we're back outside. Okay, yeah. That drone isn't actually angry at us. There are some more dead primals here. And dead combat drones. Okay, and so now I guess we're in all the underground labs. Wait, did we miss that room? Let's go back there. No, we can't go over there down here, so it's not here that we missed anything.
Guns, they're on us.
Oh, I hope we could just make them ignore us.
Captain!
Whoops. Well, if we shoot long enough, it works, I guess.
I don't think you're getting through!
Felix, don't get in the way. Alright, revive yourself already. Okay, security is where we came from. Oh, and this is exit. Okay, so that's just where we're supposed
Let's get out of here. I think I got primal guts all over my ass-kicking boots.
But yeah, that would be a fun thing to have. Well, I don't know if it would really be fun, because it seems like, you know, it's there's just some personality in having different voice actors for different characters. But it would allow, you know, like scaling up a game a lot. If you had the ability. Oh, I'm near hostiles apparently. Let's see if we can maybe lower ourselves down to a less hostile area. Alright, now let's try the map again. Yep. Okay. But yeah, you know, having the ability to say, hey, I want to, you know, having the ability to just say, hey, I'll have one actor for the player character and I can double or triple it with a voice changer or so. That would be kind of nice. So many marauders and barely any loot. Oh, it's getting better. Why am I picking up Adrena Chime? It's not as if I'm using it. This will be interesting. Oh. Bits, ammo, determination, and stealth skills +5 in an armor. Sounds like something we haven't seen much. Okay, somewhere upstairs. So let's examine downstairs. Okay. Oh, and maybe see repair all equipped. Do 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 do.
Ugh. Something smells like a marauder's armpit.
Trying real hard not to breathe in.
Okay. So is this all the smell of Adrena time? Okay, so we can't get through here. That's the general idea of these things. Why are they giving us heavy ammo? That sounds like they're,
Welcome to Human Emporium Auditing, a Spacer's Choice facility. My name is Dr. Marion Blakesley, and I'd like to congratulate you all on volunteering for this important opportunity. Whatever your past, know that as of today, each of you will be part of something greater. Together, we will unlock the path to discoveries and profit all of us.
Our brightest minds did their dirtiest work here. We made puppets out of people and tested them until they broke. Walk softly, Captain. Some of them still live here, and they hate to be disturbed.
They clearly don't know how we work, Captain.
We made it through the chem lab in one piece. I reckon we can handle this.
That's nice. That line implies that probably, you know, depending on what order you do this in. We got the HIA card, you know, last time. Last session, so like 2 streams ago. And I then went on to Jasper's place to get both cards at once, so I wouldn't have to be ferrying back and forth between Gorgon and that place every time. So, given that, it's actually, they have to expect, like we're doing this in the wrong order. If we were doing this
I'll keep it down.
in mission order, we would have done this one first. So they have 2 voice lines for probably every companion that in this situation either says, oh, this will be exciting, and then we'll have to do the other one, or it will say, like Felix just did, oh, we already did the other one, this can't be worse. Savage test subject. What was his name? Oh, there's another one. I didn't even see that one.
Someone else will clean this up, right?
Those test subjects are savage.
Welcome to Human Inquiry and Auditing, the Spacer's Choice Facility. My name is Dr. Marion Blakesley, and I'd like to congratulate you all on volunteering for this important opportunity. Whatever your past, know that as of today, each of you will be part of something greater. Together, we will walk the path to discoveries.
That's such marketing spin here. Incoming messages. Safety protocols. In order to minimize damage to company property and or personnel, please observe the following guidelines during the volunteer induction process. Do not touch and or handle test subjects. Please defer to security personnel. Avoid using inflammatory phrases or terms such as untested chemicals. Consider patented Spacer's Choice formula. Test subject. Consider valued volunteer. Cells. Consider living quarters. Remind subjects that compliance is one of the requirements of their contract with Spacer's Choice. Do not interrupt official Spacer's Choice communications and or marketing while directing volunteers. Architect's balls, is that all of the guidelines? Look, these people are coming here from Tartarus. Don't let your guard down. Don't get friendly and don't get close. If everyone does their job right, these volunteers will leave this facility as free and upstanding citizens. In light of certain recent developments, our friends at OCI have generously provided us with advice on and guidelines intended to ensure the best possible outcomes for our research here at Human Inquiry and Auditing. To that end, we will be establishing new testing parameters and volunteer preparation guidelines, effective immediately. These guidelines will be provided to you at your stations. I really would like to congratulate you all on what you've achieved so far. Keep your heads down and your minds focused on the work, and the rest will come easy. If you have any concerns, kindly forward them to my assistant, Benjamin Morley. Every volunteer means just that, Miss Sonoda. We're entering a vital phase of the testing process, and that means every volunteer participates in the trials. It's all the more critical that we maintain careful records of the dosages involved, of course. We're counting on you for that. To Weaver, subject from Sonoda. Weaver, have you seen my office keycard? If this is one of your little tests, it's not funny. Security is already at full burn. They're gonna lose their bolts when they catch me taking the long way around to the faculty areas. Please tell me it's sitting on your desk or something? Okay, so someone lost their keycard, which is probably good for us. If we can find it. Which we haven't yet. Alright, so I guess here goes nothing. Maybe do a quick save just to be safe. Good cartridge, heavy ammo. Good, he doesn't waste our inventory space with loot that we can't really use right now. Alright, that door doesn't seem to open. We could help them clean, but apparently they don't want us to. This game is mean. This kind of, like, you could reuse this, these assets for the game Viscera cleanup detail and nobody would notice.
I don't know how anybody volunteers to live in a place like this.
Well, at least they kept him close to the drugs.
I mean, that is kind of charming. Those actually look, when I heard cells, it kind of looked, sounded a lot worse than this. I mean, this is still, this is, you know, after years of neglect and things like that. But, in any event, you know, like, I expected, you know, like, single confinement or something.
Welcome, volunteers. This office environment is where we will test your communication, paper management, and self-motivation skills. This is your time to shine. You may just find yourselves doing similar work in a real office someday. Remember, compliance with all instructions from facility personnel is stipulated in your contracts.
Why is this such a horrific world? Whoops. That wasn't good. Stop shooting the... Oh, so that's a drone that keeps the test subjects on their drugs. Interesting.
Hold on!
Come on, shoot.
We all in one piece?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks. Good shooting, folks. So many mag picks here. Doesn't really seem like, you know, people who were taken out of a prison should be near lockpicking equipment. Isn't that usually... Isn't that usually grounds for a parole violation or something? There's like so much ammo and stuff. I guess these are probably areas that they weren't supposed to be in. When I saw that ring in that one bin, my first thought was, wait, how did that get there out of my inventory? And then I realized, no, this is not Fallout. You're not running around with your own wedding ring. Enter testing supervisor's passcode. I guess we found that. Welcome, Blakesley. Okay.
Welcome, volunteers. This office environment is where we will test your communication, paper management, and self-motivation skills.
This must be where they did their experiments. Watch their prisoners claw their eyes out and go screaming mad. Probably took notes.
Yep. Test chamber 1. Oh, okay. I didn't. Okay, so this entire area is a simulated office. And up here is where they were taking notes. Like from the dialogue, it sounded the other way around, so I guess they just... And here's test chamber 2, yeah, okay. Oh, and that's, I guess, a factory? Like where Parvati used to repair stuff? Alright, is there anything up here that is of use? I guess not. Alright. Hi. Hello. Choo choo choo. That test chamber. Okay. That looks like a combat training area. That doesn't sound like a smart choice.
Get him strapped down!
Dr. Blakesley,
Subject demonstrates catastrophic personality collapse. Fucker bit me.
Marion.
Interesting. I think I'm going into shock.
Scientist to the bitter end, it seems. I wonder why there are so many bins with rings here, if that's where they kind of remove their personal items while working. Alright. I don't even know, are those bins supposed to be basically, you know, like, you know, like drawer chests like you have under your desk or something? Observation logs. Compliance testing phases. Data entry, physical exertion mild, physical exertion strenuous, social exclusion, sanctioned violence. What? Subjects were given forms and writing implements and instructed to fill them out to corporate standards. Upon completion, forms were placed into an employer-sanctioned shredding device by a technician. Test was then repeated. Observational notes. Volunteer Kendall objected to further testing after completion of second set of forms. Volunteer... this other one after 5th. Volunteer after 10th. No further objections from remaining volunteers. Volunteer Hobbs was discovered to be functionally illiterate and tagged for early advancement to the second phase of compliance testing. Objection from other volunteer. Subjects were given visual demonstrations of multiple physical exercises. Note, thank you test in Assistant Lehman. Then instructed to replicate them in accordance with verbal instructions. One subject complained of physical exhaustion after 5 minutes, missing numerous verbal cues. Other subjects failed out at around the 15-minute mark. Test was terminated after 30 minutes as the technician became too hoarse to provide instruction. It's not because the test subjects were tired, but because the testers were tired. Subjects are instructed to follow a closed circuit around the perimeter of the testing chamber for the duration of the test. At random intervals, technician is to provide vocal cue to reverse course. Of the 8 test subjects remaining in group, 1 responded in the group, 6 respond to vocal cues. 1 subject became aggressive and was removed. Another subject collapsed 30 minutes into the experiment and was removed. Remaining subjects exhibited compliance with all vocal cues for remainder of experiment. Technician's addendum. Observational data compromised due to equipment failure. Technician Embray S was found incapable of continued operation due to incessant weeping and was withdrawn, flagged for disciplinary measures. Okay. So apparently someone did really not appreciate what they were doing for these people. Or with these people, actually. They weren't doing anything for them at all. Subjects are isolated and instructed to select 1 member of the experiment group for immediate removal from the volunteer program. One subject is unresponsive, 1 volunteers another subject, 1 deliberates for 5 minutes 36 seconds before volunteering another subject, and 1 subject is unable to recall the names and or identification numbers of her fellows, but has volunteered each of them in turn, citing immediate need for additional compound X injections. Oh, so basically is addicted and would do anything to get another fix. Okay. Okay, 1 refuses to comply. 1 exhibits extreme confusion and extreme emotional distress, demands morning injection. Technician's addendum. Time as of previous note is 1400 hours. Subject exhibits extreme aggression. Subject terminated. Ooh-hoo-hoo. Subject is instructed to fire at shrouded target. 1 industry standard fashion modeling assistive device. Mannequin. Fashion modeling assistive device. I'll have to remember that. Subject is not informed of nature of target. Observational note. Subject has fired as target. Auditory reward initiated. Test reset. Auditory reward initiated. I wonder if that means they played a noise like of someone going, "Ugh!" Or what was the auditory reward? Okay, subject has fired as observation window. Automated security enabled. Test reset. So they set the auto mechanicals at them. Subject has fired as subject other. Automated security enabled. Test reset. Oh, so 1 shot at the colleagues. Or at the other test subjects. Not at a mannequin. Incoming messages. In regard of recent incidents, yeah, that seems to be new. In light of certain recent incidents, I'd like to remind you all that it is paramount that we follow the All Spaces Choice guidelines regarding safety and security. Yes, you will suffer professional and financial consequences if you are found to be responsible for damaging company property. But here at HIA, inattentiveness and recklessness also endanger highly limited company resources and threaten our overall production schedule. Think about what we are all here to achieve, then consider whether you want to be the one that lets us all down. Luckily, any and all injuries suffered by the volunteers this past week have been minor. All testing will proceed as scheduled. A reminder that all personnel are advised to report to the infirmary if they experience any symptoms listed on the notice LeBlanc provided earlier this month. It is strongly suggested that you use your allotted break to do this, as any losses to productivity will be reflected in your paycheck and our indentureship agreement. Oh, hi Lucius, how's it going? Did you have a good week? Are you looking forward to the Apple Mass next week? Or upcoming week, this week, whatever we call it. Yeah, I love that they like this. This is something that happens in the U.S. You know, where you get like at least as far as I understand it, like you get a fixed number of sick days where you still get paid, and if you use up more sick days than that, you don't get paid. And this is basically this taken to the extreme, where they say, well, if you fall ill from something we do here at the lab, please use your break to get to the doctor. And that, of course, means that people will go to work sick so they get their money, which is the opposite of what a company would want. Apple mess? What kind of mess has Apple gotten themselves into? Yeah, had a good week. I heard about some Apple event, but I have no idea what will happen. Yeah, I mean, you never know what will happen at an Apple event. So I don't know, like from going by past years or something, I guess the iPad Pro is kind of likely to get a bump of some sort. So I'm looking forward to that because my iPad is getting really, really old. And of course it would be nice if they had some more of the new ARM-based M1 Max. Maybe some with more RAM. But I don't know anything more than that. I just know what's on my wish list. Basically. Just a question. Hey, You and Andre talk about Tossball sometimes, right? Have you noticed anything different about him lately? I'm pretty sure he's been at his desk all night. I was going to congratulate him on his newfound productivity, but I took a look at his reports just now, and some of them have very basic formatting errors. It's not like him at all. Maybe you could ask him about it? If something's wrong with his terminal, he should probably get it taken care of sooner rather than later. If we're going to meet OCI's figures this month, we'll need to double our testing capacity over the next few weeks. To that end, I need everyone in observation to work with disposal to halve the preparation time between tests. Have the volunteers exit at a jog if you have to. Just try not to let them see the bodies. Okay. Getting worse and worse here. Look, Embray lost his head because he couldn't keep up with the work. He was never going to amount to anything, and we all knew it. The surprise is that he lasted this long. I don't know why my reports are any of your business to begin with, but I know how to use a damn computer. I bet Weaver pooped you up to this. I've been working twice as hard as anyone else in this office this past month, and now she thinks I'm going to outpace her. But maybe it's simpler than that. These emails used to just be a nuisance. Now I'm starting to think maybe your loyalty is to some other corporation. So someone is getting paranoid. Which we know was one of the symptoms. Ah, here was the door. Oh, goodness gracious. Come on.
You, boss.
All right. What else was shooting there? Ah. Well, I guess we've got everything. Whoops. I didn't really mean to. Not easy to get those guys because since they're all upped on Adrena time, of course, they kind of do this fast, like, jumps and skips. They go hoppity skip. Yeah, something like that. Alright. Cannon hyper. I think we already have one. Oh yeah, we're almost over cucumbered. So that's apparently a combat simulation. Where they might even... Don't let anyone see the bodies. That kind of sounded like... This is where lots of people got shot. Alright, there's a lot of shooting to do for us here. Huh. Alright, but we got them. It's always like, when they come too close, it's always kind of annoying. Because then, you know, especially if you're like focused on one enemy and then another one runs up to you. They hurt me. What did I ever do to them? At least we're getting a lot of ammo. And I guess this is a factory.
This is why I stay away from honest work.
Being shot at in a factory? I wonder how this factory doesn't really look similar to the one in Edgewater. I think, like, you can see that it has some of the same assets. But that's about it. Wait, I'm sure we have some food or something that we haven't eaten. Yes. That should heal us a little bit faster. So I don't have to wait around for everything to heal. Until we advance to the next spot where someone will likely shoot at us. Okay, that's the test room we are already in. Did we miss something there? Huh. I have no idea how we're supposed to get out. I guess we've depopulated everything. Oh, wait, I'm dumb. No, okay. Oh, but maybe I'm dumb nonetheless.
Alright, deep breath, Felix. You're about to see something real twisted.
Okay, this is where they put all the bodies, I guess. Lots of dead scientists, apparently. And I guess this is where we're supposed to be, and maybe repair all.
Let's get out of here, boss. We've seen enough.
I'm washing my memory out with a bottle of Spectrum Red once we're back on the ship.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, are these... Oh, they put test subjects... Oh my god. Those are test subjects, not just garbage. Seriously. Oh, this is right next to the entrance. Goodness gracious. So basically they might if they just took a wrong exit as they enter, they would see, like, this is not a place I want to be. Okay, that was just the elevator call button, I guess. And I guess we're reaching the administrative level. Hello? Mysterious person, is this display for you? Would be a very dramatic way of talking to us on a huge display. Castillo and HIA visitation protocols. The Human Auditing and Inquiry Facility is a dedicated research facility and houses a considerable quantity of hazardous materials, machinery, and personnel. As such, no external visitors are to be permitted at any time absent express written permission from HIA Testing Supervisor Dr. Marion Blakesley. If you suspect a visitor does not have the appropriate credentials, please observe the following procedures. Stay calm, notify nearby security personnel of your suspicions. Wait for security personnel and/or equipment to finish disposing of the visitor. Complete an incident report per official guidelines. Remember to use Spacer's Choice approved formatting and language. At no point should you leave your workstation unattended. Leaving your workstation unattended will be considered a severe security breach and may result in a fine and/or summary termination of your employment with Spacer's Choice. Your supervisor has posted the following addendums. Right, that's the official shit. If we do get visitors, inform me at once. If they're from other departments, if it's Dr. Ambrose, don't get in her way, but log her every move. If it's Clarence Mostly, keep him at reception. I'll come down in person to see this law-given miracle for myself. If Jasper Lowe or anyone else from Chem turns up, let them stew at reception. I'll send Assistant Morley down eventually. Messages. HIA is on lockdown until further notice. Do not let anyone into the facility until the escaped volunteers are located. I'm going to check volunteer induction for any sign of our fugitives. If you receive any keycard access notifications in the next 20 minutes, ignore them. Alright, and I guess we can use more skills. So, I guess we'll up our lockpick skill. Alright. That should help us find some of the interesting lore around this place. Great. The exit is sealed. So that's not it. I have 102. This is 150. You folks are so mean. I just went like, oh, now I have a crazy high number, and then you go. Huh.
Did you enjoy the show? I didn't. You should have left Gorgon in its grave, where it belongs. Now I'm afraid I have to find a more permanent way to put you down. It's a good thing, then, that I finally figured out what you're after. I'll see you soon, little weasel.
Well, I'm glad. I've been looking forward to punching the sprat fuck in the throat.
Are we being stalked? Is that what's going on? Because I don't mind having secret admirers and all, but this is getting a little creepy.
It's off, right? I don't understand these contraptions.
Dr. Blakesley, ma'am, I've come to say that it's time. I'm gonna do it.
Do what?
I'm gonna try for one of the shuttles.
You little shit. You've lost your mind.
If I can just make it to the landing pad, I'll be free.
Be reasonable, Morley. The project is almost over. We'll be out of here by October.
Ma'am, it's January. You're recording, by the way.
Damn it!
Our first test group should be here in just a few hours. I suppose I should be catching up on sleep, but it's far more important to mark the occasion. I really think we can achieve something here. Every citizen of Halcyon wants to be of use deep down. If this compound can restore industry and work ethic even to outlaws and miscreants, we won't need places like Tartarus anymore. Dissidents will be a thing of the past. Chem has sent over its first shipment of the mystery drug, and the testing chambers are operational. Once we've proven out our methods, it will be that much easier to convince OCI to invest in better equipment. Remaining entries are inaccessible. Whoops, wrong button. Wait, that safe is not even locked. Alright. Blakesley M, please select from the following options. Admin functions. Override lockdown. Status. Alright. Messages. Frequency of testing updates. Marion, it's been 3 weeks. Where the fuck are the reports from HIA? Deliver them to me by the end of the day, or deliver me your letter of resignation. I'm done asking. In the future, you will send me bi-weekly reports of HIA status. These reports will include an inventory of test subjects, which version of the Gorgon compound they have been administered, how frequently those administrations have occurred, and who has been administering them. To these reports, you will append a mortality record. This record will include an accounting of the burn-down rate of our current stock of volunteers and compound ampules, in addition to a thorough analysis of their injuries. I want to see charts, Mari. Big fucking charts with lots of precious little numbers. And before you ask, bi-weekly means twice a week. Don't pretend you don't know what I mean. I was just going to say, isn't that word that everyone gets wrong? And half the people think it means twice a week, and half means every 2 weeks. We found the truth. The formatting and form filling is a method of detecting insanity due to much bureaucracy. Yep, definitely. Bureaucracy. Words are hard today. Marion, personalize and forward the following note to the families of the deceased volunteers. Take carbon copies and send those to Lucian at the usual address. Make certain he gets every single one. Dear Name, it is with regret that I write to inform you of the death of your relation, Name. They died peacefully attended by their fellows. Please accept our sympathies in this difficult time. Though it may offer you little comfort, know that your relation died in service of a better, more productive Halcyon. In accordance with the agreement Name signed with Tartarus Corrections, a division of United Defense Logistics, their term of incarceration is now considered complete. Oh, that's fortunate. Imagine someone else would have to take up their prison sentence. That, like, given the thing that happened in Halcyon, you know, I would have kind of expected that. I mean, they've had, you remember in Edgewater when they said that one of them committed suicide and then the other one, like, their colleagues were required to pay the funeral costs. To Goodfellow, latest results. Yes, many of the subjects still exhibited increased energy levels and compliance, the same euphoric response, but they inevitably crash. Testing clearly suggests that Kame's Compound X has extreme and irreversible effects when administered repeatedly over a long period of time. Several volunteers in the old group are barely verbal. When they do speak, it's to beg for more of the compound. I'm finding it hard to shine that up for you, Lawrence. So good you'll beg for more? I need you to compile some of the test results from the past month. Pull a subset from the reports we forwarded to OCI if you like, so long as they are charts. Make sure the worst of the mortality reports are up front, will you? At the behest of the Office of Creative Incubation, we are applying varying amounts of unknown solutions to test subjects that are already mid-treatment. What organizational schema do you imagine would miraculously restore scientific rigor to this process? Stick to the current system. Morley, pick out 2 of the deceased test subjects and whip up condolence letters. Something saccharine and noble. Feel free to invent next of kin if there are none on record. Use the cheap paper. Leave the letters on my desk. I'll dispose of them shortly. Okay, so I guess they were trying to make... You know, I wonder if she was expecting a visitor. Like, it seems she feels horrible about the tests they're doing here. And within the confines of bureaucracy tries to do something against it. And what she does is first, like, make sure that every death is a face to her superiors and not just a number by, you know, sending individual letters to forward. And here, these, I guess she wants to put them on the desk so someone can read them. So maybe she's expecting the reporter as a visitor.
I always knew this colony was twisted. Heard my share of stories in the Groundbreaker. Seen my share of gruesome too. But nothing prepared me for this.
What they did here was inexcusable.
This place was a nightmare. But people wake up from nightmares. Those test subjects never woke up at all.
What I'm stuck on is this. Spacer's Choice knew what Adrena Time would do, and they released it anyway.
I know, I can't believe they did this.
I didn't think Spacer's Choice was capable of causing this much harm. Competently, I mean.
I don't know why Miss Ambrose has got her heart set in that journal. Nothing good ever came out of a place like this.
Only one way to find out where this leads. Come on. Alright. So now I guess we gotta go... and find... I almost clicked journal because we're supposed to find a journal, aren't we? And I can't get in there. Nor there. But this one doesn't even have a door. So I guess that's it. I really want to know what this diagram actually shows. It seems, you know, like this might be just a... This might be some totally harmless circuit, you know. I think they're reusing the same image on all of these boards. Volume control. Probably, what was it? Do you remember when, like, the people who, I can't believe I'm saying this, those people who go and say, hey, Bill Gates put like 5G receivers in the vaccine and now they'll be able to track us, and that one of them posted a diagram saying, here, this is the diagram for the circuits in the vaccine. And someone looked, who knows, circuit diagrams, looked at this thing and said, wait, that's the diagram for the guitar amp I'm using. So that's why my guess, since this one has a volume control, that's... Yeah, it has a pitch control and a volume control. So what is this, like a guitar amp or theremin or something like that? This could actually, it could be that they just went, hey, let's use the same diagram. Speaker. Like, since the pitch control, I don't know what this stick means, and this plate doesn't really look like... Like, I know the speaker symbol, I think this is a transistor? I think that was like the dot and the line that don't really touch. I think that was a diode or a transistor, something like that. I don't remember enough. And I think this was grounding? There's a lot of grounding going on here. I guess for an audio circuit that might make sense. So yeah, my guess is it's probably some guitar preamp or something, but I don't really know enough about electronics. Those squigglies also, is that like an electromagnet or something? I don't know. Would be cool to find out what the circuit diagram actually is. So I guess we're going back out again now that we're done. Oh, wait. It's 20 meters? Up there somewhere? Huh. Oh. Okay. There was a rear exit that I hadn't seen. Okay, and now it's 500 meters away from here. Oh, and this is the area we originally arrived here. Yeah, right. And here's another copy of this diagram. But yeah, it has volume control and pitch control, so it's some sort of audio circuit. But I don't know what. This could be, like, usually this little circle with a line, but with a straight line, means it's like a switch of some sort, you know? Kind of think of it like a bridge, you know, that goes and kind of, you know, like connects here. It goes up like a Tower Bridge or something, you know? And basically, if it's down, then there's a connection, the electrons can cross the bridge, and if it's off, then it's not touching. And I don't see that here, so... There's only these basically mean those two cables, despite crossing do not actually connect, you know. And usually you use the dot like this to mean it connects. Here, these could be switches. S3. I don't know what F1 would be. Huh. We already read that. Yeah, do we have to keep saying that? Yeah, that was one of the fans of that superhero. Alright, let's see, where is the... Here, okay, SMC. So I guess we'll go there.
This looks like the SMC. After you, boss.
Let's do this, and then let's get paid.
Here. Unsealed door. Ooh, scary music. I guess we just don't shoot these people and just go in while they don't see us. Ooh, sneaky! Ha! I'm so sneaky!